after September 11th, all the money and the Africa stole bank franchise. George W. Bush had to suck Berlini's dick for that money. They had to go to Africa. They had to dance around, reassure everybody it was okay. It was not okay. Had I known I were in any position to enlighten the effort, I've never engaged in a sale, trade, distribution of the type of cocaine. That strain, that particular variety, there's no way I ever would have known. I've definitely never sold blow. I don't like it. I don't like people who do like it. I know what it smells like. I did not inhale. You don't think I'd be running off, like, at this point? Yeah, I know when we started off in 2015, I was like, cocoa, and yeah, we may have to grow bananas, but first, do no harm, or you have never seen bananas. There was no virus. Cambridge Analytica. It was an illegal investigation. And I was like, statute of limitations, because I thought we were talking about big bag pot. Like that was going to be your excuse for PC. Yeah, I'm accused of bankrupting a cartel. People are calling me Trump. I will fight you. Oh, am I a celebrity? Am I a child star? Yeah, I was under the impression they usually have some kind of an agent. Yeah, there's a contract, there's ink on paper. Kind of like how I was trying to get the judge to let me get my license. And he's like, it appears that you can't afford it. Did I say I can't afford it? I said I want my license. Dear Your Honor, I have irons and fire worth more than your whole operation. I am not going to California. I am not coming to California. I have never been affiliated with the Central Intelligence Agency. I am not joining the Central Intelligence Agency. The Central Intelligence Agency wants to join me. Otherwise, you're trying to get the baby to come out there so you can throw him off the bridge. We don't want to leave a paper trail. Why would I run for president? I didn't do anything wrong. For the past 15 years, I've had jingle heads coming up to me, talking about being a friend of ours. Don't say you know us if you didn't know me when I knew them. If they wanted me to know you, they'd introduce us. Never mess with Texas. Did I mess with Texas? A little bit? Alright, well, before you get your panties in a ruffle, George, did anybody account for the Alamo drop? It wasn't a high dollar asset so much as a litigious one. Yeah, my mom wanted to buy an RV. I remember. It looked like she got it. Homeland Security. Coordinating intelligence. Got the Saudis leading them around by the hand. Yeah, I have never set foot in a mosque that is still standing. We are just under attack. Well, they're good Muslims. The good Muslims. See, there's different kinds of Islam. These ones believe that Muhammad is the king, is the direct descendant, and this one's the cousin. Okay, but you're either a slave of the prophet or the infidel. Alright, so our greatest natural enemies in the world are only allies. Thanks, Geneva. Appreciate all the help with the investigation, too. All the Russians that seem to blend right in. Can't find an Austrian who doesn't speak with a lisp. George had to go all the way to Italy, confer with the Prime Minister. Pope didn't want to be seen. Now, forgiveness. Stop the check on that. So they, spent 15 years with the jingle heads before they finally were just like, right, that's good enough. Greenlit me. I don't know why I saw that happen. I saw that get stolen. No, I saw him steal it. What do you mean I can't? It was bad. Whatever, plausibly deniable excuse you thought you had. Thought we were negotiating. So, so goddamn much. You don't know I never sold cocaine. Took till 2015 to green light me. Talk about the one incident in, what, 2004, 5? Not my money, not my blood. You gonna ask? You want me to? I want to see a lineup. You're ridiculous. So it turns out the Africans who stole the bank franchise thought they were gonna get away with blaming me, and you know so goddamn much, except for the part where I went back to my unit. Oh, after the fact. Well, they didn't kill him. They didn't kill me because I didn't do anything. I must have been in on it. Third world has been conditioned for over 100 years to just persecute. If they don't persecute, they don't eat. Meanwhile, you got the gay pride parade doing cartwheels down the street in a unitard covered in rainbow-colored dildos. Uganda watering at the mouth. So I would be, I guess, happy to represent the Jacksons. What an honor. Called me kind of a bad time. We're not politicians. Yes, balance the deficit. We will. Not the whole thing? Okay. Dial MATTRES and leave off the last S for Satan. Don't want to balance the whole thing. People start acting like they don't have to pick up the phone. It's a lot of money, I hear. I personally can account for $40 billion. Oh, did you do that already? You can play that game. Yes, it is not going to work. You're the harbinger of Uganda. It wouldn't work. If it did work, Pentagon get flustered. Well, we already sold him. This guy has been forgiven for 4 terms. Shoot another plane at you. You act like there's some big organizational, like, high risk, high stakes. Donald Trump can't even run his own pit. He can eat it, or I can solve it. But I'm not going to eat it, so you don't have to solve it. Act like we're talking about Mission Impossible. Some goddamn Canadian. They broke up half my family. My uncle's talking about, I accidentally slept with a dude. That's supposed to ring a bell? Hey, don't let the bastards drag you down. So 20 years ago, I could have just been like, yeah, that didn't happen. We could have got to the bottom of it. They submarined this coke dealer. You see, this gentleman here resembled my guy. We suck. They're nowhere near each other. He couldn't identify that guy if he wanted to. And if that wasn't settled up the way it was, how come Bell didn't get the contract? This is communism. The groundhog saw its shadow. Now we all have to pay. It's called the Watchtower, from what I understand. Texas A&M. That's why I claimed that Marine. Forgiven. Clock tower. Watchtower. Good enough for a Marine. Since Vietnam, if you serve your country, you have the nerve to come back to it. Oh yeah, you're somebody's campaign finance. We saw the whole thing. I felt that I would be inclined to join in that. No, I just don't have a choice, and that's why this is all going to be New Uganda. Play Muslim games, win Muslim prizes. Yes, Christians. You can tell from all the roads and the indoor plumbing and the libraries, that whole not taking no for an answer thing. And like, I am not gay. Oh, you heard I was? Should have heard what I heard about you. See how this works? Me talking to myself? It's called pushback. Stupid bird. So is GWB mad at me personally, individually? Knows who I am? Or he just had enough of my doppelganger? I've had enough of them too, George. Yeah. In the halls of governance, we must guard against the unwarranted acquisition of power, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. Just run it back and forth through Vietnam for a few years. Narrow strip of land bordered with Cambodia. Can't go over there, no. International incident. So I connected Cheney's heart to all our misfortunes. And the only excuse is revenge for JFK. And then it goes to De Gaulle. So the Nazis have been planning this for 80 years. No, I wasn't in on it. I don't want to be in on it. No, JFK is good enough. I have actual religion. I don't know. Able Danger. The counterattack. Send it. I don't know whose idea it was not to post like scheduled demolition, like caution, pull a fire alarm or something. So it was just mean. Somebody was in on it. Inside job. Wasn't the UN inside that day? Why don't we just fix the phones? Not allowed. I don't want George to find out where I am. Solving crimes, George. If that's allowed. They forgave George. George poisoned his own cousin. Skipped town, joining the army. All the sins of the world. Nowadays they're forgiving stuff that didn't even happen. They're Biden in the shower with his daughter. Yeah, my name is Noel D. Smith. Steal a copy of my resume at your local labor office. I've never sold cocaine. Not even that time you know about, dickhead. Poor guy. His wife left him because he's an idiot. I said I was willing. I volunteered to test pilot a bionic eyeball. I don't know for sure that we have those. Go to jungle training. I know that we have that. And then throw Justin Trudeau off Niagara on live TV for the children. And he said no. Got a lot of goddamn nerve calling anybody a chicken, pal. The zombie apocalypse knows everything except for why it's not working. He got used to it. What, jingleheads? Is it an embarrassment? Is it more of an embarrassment than the past 15 years? Oh, you got dirt on me? Nothing anybody's gonna be forgiving. Forgave myself, Padre. Cancel the vendetta. I'll get that son of a bitch. Uganda's like, are we getting a bank? Yeah, all these gay kids. They're a bank for the third world. They're over there in their three-piece rayon suit and tie. They have no cars, ain't no roads. Just waiting for their bank. Selling up to these gay kids. Gay pride. I mean, you'd have to have a lot of nerve after Hitler, but now you're either a Nazi or a fag. The Nazis have been planning this for 80 years. They're like, I wasn't in on it. What business do you have acting offended? Who could say anybody was in on it if they weren't? Well, I can't be a Nazi. I'm a gay black guy. Nazis, fascists, use state resource force to impose their interpretation of the will of the gods. I mean, that's not all they do. Recognize a Nazi by their trademark. Cruel and unusual involuntary human biological experimentation. Any of this ringing a bell? Still no? Okay. Well, I happen to, one thing I may have witnessed, Humana Corporation, Walmart, Prozac, Freud, fluoride, Hitler, that was fun. And then we got the New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania fracking, the BP Gulf Deep Horizon, and then Fukushima. Why Fukushima? Because Fukushima Daiichi, Lilly, Eli Lilly, purveyors of fine plastic hearts for a reward after you shoot some lawyer in the face, and he's gratefully apologetic. Japs playing with the garage door opener, it turns it on and off while he runs around shaking his fist at the heavens. This is all unnecessary, but you just went ahead and paid for it and forgave it, and that's why my phone doesn't work. I would like to solve the puzzle. No, it's fine. It's worth. Washington's fine with it. It's worth more than their whole outfit. mfrodeo.blogspot.com. My first rodeo. First, I shall do no harm, and you can get back in your boat.